Violence against women and girls is one of the most widespread, persistent, and devastating human rights violations in the world. 1 in 3 women experience physical, sexual, or intimate partner violence, are victims of trafficking, or are subject to violent social norms. SGBV not only undermines the safety, dignity, and overall health status of millions who experience it, but also affects the economic stability and security of nations. In Nigeria, 31% of women have experienced physical violence and 9% have experienced sexual violence. Hopefully, it is getting the attention it required and commitment to curb the menace.
I'll tell you that, yes, we have actually in the recent times, we are giving more and more, attention to gender-based violence. And then I'll tell you that, yes, the society, when you're looking at the society, looking at everybody, people are beginning to give more and more audience to it. We're beginning to talk about it like you guys are doing now. You are talking about it.
It is, because a lot of awareness is done, like what you are doing is happening currently. It's not as bad as it was where they were not educating anybody. Social media is doing a lot about it now. Everybody is coming out to talk, be more open. You have that social media space to even be free to express yourself too.
One way government can improve the gender equality is through awareness. We need to go down to the roots, like to the grassroots level, from local government, ward, constituency ward. You need to create awareness and let people understand the balance between both gender. So we need to start from the roots, from the childhood level, to create awareness. So awareness creation is basically a way you can use to balance gender equality.
They can do more in terms of campaigning against sensitization during television, either in jingles or whatever. There is a way that they can do more about it.
Education will play a role. There should be a kind of education to educate our people within the society to preach against evil against women and to support women in whatever ramification.
Let there be procedure, let there be policies and all that within our agencies and within our organizations that are going to lay down the procedure for seeking justice and also avoiding it totally in terms of GBV as well. Teach them about GBV, talk to them about it, that it is happening and this is it. If it happens to you, this is what you can do and these are the procedures in place to seek justice and all that.
Most Nigerians want stiff penalties against perpetrators to serve as a deterrence, calling on religious and community leaders to take the lead in combating this scourge.
When you look at our religion, Christianity, Islam, even the traditional religion doesn't promote this kind of violence against women. It promotes peace, understanding within the family. I think our religious leaders have a lot to do in preaching this evil within our society. They have a lot.
The constitution we are using now, I think if you go to court, they'll tell you to pay 500 naira as fine. And that's not going to stop anybody from doing that. You know, when people are caught doing this and there's evidence to this, they should be made to face the law, and then it will deter others from doing so.
I feel the laws punishing gender-based violence and all that are not, maybe let me say, under the penal and criminal code, which are mostly outdated. They are not severe enough, except for the VAP Act, which is currently repealed and currently under the process of being repealed.
A lot of people who are victims not speaking out, and then a lot of people who perpetrate the act not being punished. So it encourages the others to maybe continue. There is Violence Against Persons Act now, and so many states are yet to domesticate it. And I want to encourage states, yes, especially states of House of Assemblies of various states that have not domesticated the Violence Against Persons Act, to domesticate it.
I've not really heard government interfering and doing something about it personally. Maybe it's happening, but I'm not really aware. I've always seen people personally coming up and standing up for this person, that this should not be done, and they do something about it because of they have influence. Yes, so that's what I'm familiar with, but I'm not really familiar with the government really doing something about it with their influence that they have.
From Africa, our tradition, it doesn't give enough room to women to explore, to showcase themselves. So we tend to hide under tradition to limit what women can do. So we stereotype them when it comes to gender. We stereotype them, and this even goes as far as even abusing them because we feel they are not fit enough to take charge or take control.
Many still believe that religious factors and considerations play a strong role in perpetuating a culture of silence around GVB, which has in turn led to a vicious cycle.
I would say religion plays a vital role in sustaining it, because you see, in situations where women are under the situations of abuse, maybe a woman is married to someone and she's been abused and all that, our religion tells us to persevere. Our religion tells women like that to be patient, and long suffering is part of marriage and is part of the whole religion and all that. With regards to the culture of silence, I feel that has contributed a lot to the sustenance of gender-based violence, because there's a shame that comes with stuff around GBV. We have a certain judgments against either the victims or the perpetrators of this violence. Is either they are trying to preserve the person's integrity, or the person who has been abused doesn't want to come to limelight so that people will know that, okay, this is what they have experienced. So there's a lot of shame around GBV. And I feel like if we're not able, that's also hamper the ability for people to seek redress, go to courts, ask for justice, and as well. Because, okay, you see a situation where let's say a notable person abused somebody. They are trying to preserve the person's image, or maybe it's within, let's say, a spiritual or a religious family. You see that, okay, they're trying to preserve their integrity and the integrity of the victim. So I feel and this culture of silence has played a lot when it comes to the sustenance of GBV.
We should also talk about, do more awareness on silence, because oftentimes you see that the victims do not speak out. And then I remember some years ago, we did a campaign tagged "Silence is the New Sin," and then we tried to educate the victims, a lot of victims, to speak up and then speak out. When you keep silent, you are encouraging the act. So that is what I think we should be more focused on, encouraging more victims to come out and speak.
It's the women themselves that are going through those things. They shouldn't be silent, number one. If that is done to you, they say that what you are not changing, you are allowing it, right? You are allowing it. So if you believe that treatment you are getting from a man hitting you, don't allow it. Speak up and do something to change that environment. Just like now you are broke, you don't have money, and you don't like it, you definitely look for her to get a job and make the money. The same thing, if you're a woman in that particular state and your man is beating you, you don't want it, you do something about it, you leave.
Gender-based violence in Nigeria manifests in various forms, including domestic abuse, verbal and physical violence, rape, sexual assault, early and forced marriages, incest, female genital cutting, acid attacks, and outright killings. I am Gabriel Atume, reporting for True Vision.